Hey, good morning. Welcome to Mom. Today we'll do 10 minutes of mobility to get your body ready for the day. So go ahead and start on your mat in a kneeling position. We're going into some runner lunges. We'll start with our right knee forward. Okay, and go slow into these. We'll spend a little bit of time on each side. Okay, so no need to rush into them. So my back leg is extended. Okay, I'll turn to the side just a little bit. Top of the foot is rested to the floor. And here immediately you'll feel a strong stretch all the way through the inner thigh and the quad. Okay, so now we'll press forward. Press that right knee forward. We'll keep both hands on the inside of the leg. And I want you to push the knee in toward that right arm. Okay, so right there, just that tiny move will activate that inner thigh a little bit more. And I want you to try to push that knee toward the toes or a little bit over the toes and just hold that there for a moment. Okay, and as you get warmer into this move, press the palms toward the floor. Again, keep the shoulders back. Just take a couple breaths in this position. Again, keep that knee toward that right arm there. Don't let it wander out. Good. So this is a really powerful stretch to get your hip flexors, your glutes, your whole leg really stretched out and ready to go. And when I say stretch out, I mean strong. You wanna be working the muscles in order to get them ready for the day. So kind of just allow yourself to get in these positions, but go slowly and then really push yourself in the positions, okay? It's not about going too fast. You're building a connection between your mind and your muscles to allow your body to do the things you want them to do for the day, all right? So nice and warm here. We're gonna come up to 90 degrees on the leg this time, 90 degrees. You're gonna sit up a little bit taller. And then here, I want you to roll the ankle to the side and then come back in. And then roll the ankle to the side and back in and roll it out and in, out, in, out, in, good, out, in, out, and in, good. And then last thing, again, ease into it. We're going to bring the elbows and the forearms to the floor. And again, focus on keeping the right knee pressed in toward the shoulder this time. And just let the head relax. Take some big cleansing breaths in this position. The stretch is very dynamic. All the muscles in the lower body are active. The right leg, the left leg, it's all working. All right, go ahead and lift back up. And then we're just gonna switch right over to the other side. Okay, again, ease into it. Extend the back leg first, the top of the right foot pressed to the floor, and then easing the knee forward. Don't force any of it. You want your knee to go toward the toe and kind of over the toe if you can, but that's something you can build up to. Just keep that back leg extended and the top of the foot to the floor for a strong anchor leg. So keep the shoulders back. Oh, and keep the left leg in toward the left elbow there. So you don't want it to wander off like this. You want to keep it in. Keep those hips warm. Good. Just holding it here for a moment, and then we'll get into that ankle rotation. Okay, and then we'll ease up, come into that 90 degree again. You want to keep the shoulders back so you can just stay on the tips of your fingers here. and then roll the ankle to the side and back in. And out to the side and back in. This is a really low impact, non-impact ankle mobility move. You're bearing very little weight on there. You're supported by the rest of your body, so it's a good one to do if you're uneasy about rolling your ankle around like this, to strengthen it. Again, it's not about stretching it, it's about strengthening it. Okay, within a low impact, you're not moving real fast, you're not jumping up and down, but you're getting ready to, if that's what you're about to do. Okay, one more. And then from here, we bring our stance back down and to the forearms. And again, keep the left knee in toward the left arm as much as possible. You don't want it to wander out like this. So the foot is pressed to the floor, the knee is pressed in toward the arm. Just rest your head here. It takes work to keep the leg in like that, especially if you have a little hip imbalance, which most of us do, whether we know it or not. Moves like this will point them out. So it's a little bit more work for me to bring my left hip in. It feels a little stronger to work it this way, whereas the right side, it kind of just felt more natural. So never underestimate the different sides of your body. All right, then we'll come up from there and we'll go onto our hands and knees, and we'll finish off with thoracic stretch. Okay, so I'm turning to the side for this one so you can, again, see kind of your stance. Your knees are hip width apart and your back is even. And here we'll bring the fingertips to the back of the head, elbow out, and then we'll turn elbow in toward the opposite elbow, and then up. Okay, so keep the hips totally even. You will feel these a lot in your abs by not letting your hips dip. So this just gets a nice stretch pretty much from one side of the back of the shoulder all the way down to the opposite side of the back. Really important to not let either arm get flimsy, and you want to stay high up on the knees, not letting the back dip. Two more. Good. Then we'll go to the other side. Tops of the feet stay to the floor, fingertips on the back of the head, elbow out, into the opposite side, and up. And notice how my stable arm is not bending ever. Okay, keep it extended and locked. Good, two more. Good, and back to center. And then we'll come back onto our hands and knees, right back onto our toes, settle back into prayer. So again, if you're still getting used to this, you can just land on the balls of your feet, but you want to end up on your heels as well. Bring those elbows in toward the knees and let your tailbone toward the floor as much as possible. Sit up as tall as you can. You can stay here up to a minute if you like. I'm going to go ahead and leave you here. Thanks for coming to Mom, and I'll see you next week.